Is officially back at her home office, and we got to have a little bit of a conversation about what it means for us to deal with our anxiety on planes, trains, and automobiles. Let's have a conversation about how to better manage anxiety on a plane specifically right after this intro. And welcome back to another episode of the Daily Donna with me, your host, Dr. Donna. And today we're going to talk a little bit about anxiety. Now, for those of you who don't know me like that, a girl is an anxious flyer. This is true as of 2021, 22, something like that. When I had a panic attack on the flight, and then a girl was looking at all planes a little bit sideways because I realized that they are little and they hurtle through the sky. And while I don't have an issue with the heights that it takes you to, I do have an issue with the feeling of being stuck, especially if it becomes disorderly. And you know, people become disorderly on a plane every now and then. So, the reason why people might feel anxiety or anxiousness on a plane, seriously, the reasons are multi freaking varied. Some of us are a little bit claustrophobic. Some of us are a little bit agoraphobic. Claustrophobic, you don't like small spaces. Agoraphobic, you don't really leave like that. You may be having some anxiety about your destination. You may be having some anxiety about the smallness of your seat, the lack of space. It could be about just being on an airplane. Maybe you're scared of the heights. The point is that a lot of people experience anxiety about travel or around travel, and especially air travel. And because we are all trying to pretend like we've been here before, a lot of us are also trying to fake the funk and give stoicism, where really what we are is scared and trying to figure it out. So I'm going to give you some of the tips and tricks that I personally use in order to help me to get from point A to point B. There are like 5 tips, but I would say that sometimes these tips, I feel like they vary just a little bit. And they vary depending on how long a girl is going to be on this flight, friend, right? So a 1 to 2 hour flight, I have that little bit more in hand. And a longer flight, I can do up to, well, now I can do up to 7 hours. Hey, yeah. Um, where back in the day, like a 15-hour flight, there's no problem for me. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. These days, no. I've got to think of this through. So there are 5 things that I like to do. And the first one is visualize. I know it sounds hokey. But when I say visualize, I mean like legit visualize. Visualize the process of getting to the space, wherever it is that you're going. So for me, it was I'm going to Mexico. So it's like, okay, cool. You're going to Playa del Carmen. What needs to happen for you to get there? Right? I know that I have to get up early because it was an early flight, that I have to get to the airport, got to go through security. Those parts don't really bother me, but remembering that these are part of it is part of that. I know I need to stop to get water because sometimes I take medication. Most times now, all times now, I take medication so that I can get on a flight. I know that I like to see my gate. I don't know why, because you know what doesn't leave? The gate. The gate is the gate, but I like to walk to the gate, see who all else is around the gate, make sure that I have the correct gate before I go back to the areas where maybe I'm gonna go buy a little something or do a little something, whatever. Apparently, seeing the gate is tantamount to my feeling a-okay. So these are all the things that I visualize depending on the airport that I'm leaving from. So I'm doing all of this work, including reminding myself and going through the boarding process. What I'll do the second I get on the plane, I'll wipe down my chair. I'll do Whatever the things are, visualize it. Your step by steps. Any part where you notice that you had a jump in anxiety, consider what you might need to do so that you can lessen that anxiety, right? Like when I think about sitting on the chair on the plane, I feel a little anxious. Why do I feel a little anxious? I'm like, oh, okay, you didn't put on your visual mask yet. Bet, put on your mask. Cool. Oh, you still feel a little anxious? What is it that you're missing? You want to wipe down your chair? Wipe down the chair, clean off the table, clean off the window. I'm always in the window seat. Clean off the window little shade cover so that I can feel comfortable touching things. I like to clean the the little air thing because a girl is always warm, right? So for me, visualize. Number two, it's gonna sound real simple. Pack ahead because I am people. You are people. We are people. We are the people I'm about to start talking a little bit of something about. We be waiting till the last minute to pack the bag and are wondering why we feel that extra anxiousness. I'm saying you knew you were going on that trip on Wednesday. You knew for 3 months. You knew. I knew. You knew. Why did you wait till the night before to pack the bag? Exactly. We have a problem. We have a problem. So I'm saying take the bag out. Take the bag out 2 weeks before, if you must, right? And learn to trust yourself. Create a checklist of all the things that you know you want to pack, all the things that you know you want to take. Visualize what a day is going to look like where you are and pack accordingly. For me, a girl likes to believe that if I'm doing a beach vacation, then I may be taking a midday shower. I want 2 outfits. I want my this is me walking around in the morning outfit. This is my bathing suit. I'm at the beach outfit. This is my after the beach and for dinner outfit. A girl needs choices. She needs options. I make sure that I have my options. And I was able to fit all that stuff in my carry-on because a girl is that good. The point is, pack the damn bag. Pack it before the trip. You want to make sure that your bag is packed a minimum of 24 hours before. Why? You already have anxiety. That's why. You are already feeling anxious about this thing. That's why. If you can give yourself one less thing to worry about, then you have one less thing that is feeding into your anxiety. And quiet as it's kept, you may find that you remember something else that you did not pack or that you didn't think of. And now you get to make a decision about whether or not you're going to add that additional thing in. It means that when you get to your destination, you're also less likely to be spending additional money on that thing that you forgot at home that you would not have forgotten if you're giving yourself more time to pack. Create a checklist. It can be reusable. You can even create checklist based on the type of trip you're taking for your leisure, for a beach vacation, for international vacation, international beach vacation, whatever it is, you can create a packing list for each type of vacation. That way you are less likely to forget anything. And in that packing, I try to put everything in the carry-on, right? Except what I'm taking in my personal item. I take a book bag with me every single time I go. And in my personal bag, part of what I'm packing are all the things to help me manage my anxiety. We will go through those things in a second. I have a little listy list here. Number 3 on my list. So number 1 was visualize. Number 2 is pack ahead. Number 3 is a support system. Stop trying to do it by yourself. Now, that doesn't mean that I didn't say don't get on the airplane without a friend or a family member. That's not what I said. I said stop getting on there without a support system. So that means that who's that person that you could talk to while you're at the airport? Someone who is calming to your system, not activating for your system. For me, I talk to my mom. I talk to Mr. Boothang. And on occasion, I do talk to a friend while I am there. Sometimes it's texting, and I always try to find the airline that is going to have Wi-Fi on the flight. Part of the reason for the Wi-Fi is because if I'm feeling a little activated, I can activate the support system and say, "Hey, I need a little extra support right now." No, it's not going to be a phone call, but yes, a text message can and does work. The other thing is you can also ask your support system, and you can also activate yourself as the support system to record a 5-minute long message, something that is calming or soothing or reminds you that you got this. Put that download the voice message onto the phone. Listen to the voice message. You can even listen to your own voice, reminding you to go through the process of keeping yourself mentally okay. So, if you want to read off a script for meditation, read it. It's your voice that is calming you down. You are more likely to hear it because it's you. Just play that thing when you find yourself a little bit distressed. Number 4, I like to keep it engaged, and um, that's when we're talking about, like, what are those other things that help to distract your mind? For me, it's Sudoku, right? It's a little Sudoku, it's a little reading. Sometimes I like to look out the window, but not if it's a wall of white. So find the things that sort of keep you somewhat engaged. Whatever those things are, play tic-tac-toe, whatever it is, keep yourself engaged. So for me, what I pack in my book bag to keep my mind engaged, I make sure I always have my iPad. It has a minimum of 10 books on it at any given time. There's way more books than that, but 10 minimum that I can read and that I know are engaging. So sometimes I do comfort reads, not brand new reads. Brand new reads can by themselves cause a little bit of anxiety because you're sort of anticipating a story. Whereas something that you maybe have read, but you read it a while ago, or something that you enjoy reading that still engages you, that is a comfort read. So it soothes you, and it is soothing you in an anxiety inducing environment. You don't want a brand new anxious inducing read in an anxious environment. That's not helpful. Okay? Okay. So I make sure my iPad is packed with books and ready to go, but I also make sure that it has movies that are also soothing and long, so that it can feel like more time has passed. Because I'm engaged in this movie, but I know this movie is like 2 hours or 2.5 hours. For me, a favorite is the first Avengers movie. It is my favorite Avengers from the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think that first one was my favorite. So it's one that I choose to watch the most. I also always have like a last holiday because it's inspirational, and because I high key love Queen Latifah. High key. Love her. Love her down bad. I also on that iPad will keep I have The Nanny, the series The Nanny. It is a comfort series for me. I know that every episode is about 20 to 30 minutes, 20 to 23 minutes really. But I have like 3 of my favorite seasons from The Nanny on the iPad because it helps me. I also have some episodes of Good Time because same reason. Now, that's the iPad. So the iPad's in the bag. I have an entire book of just Sudoku. I have a notebook. I have a coloring book in there, a mandala coloring book, because it is more precise coloring, which means I also carry colored pencils, gel pens of various colors. I no longer carry markers because, well, you messed that up one time, you mess up your book bag one time, and you realize that you need to stop carrying that. So those are 3 things that are definitely in my bag, but I'm also a therapist. And I'm going to say that those 3 things there, they can keep me engaged for the most part for any flight up to 8 hours for sure, 7 hours for sure. But the 5th thing that I do is I acknowledge and give space, and I have a plan for it. So what I'm saying is that when a girl is feeling extra activated, I acknowledge it. I have a body map that I like to keep. So if I sit down and I've done all the things that soothe and I'm still feeling a little heightened, then I go through a body map. I scan from the top of my head to the bottom of my feet, what's going on for me in this moment. Where am I feeling what I'm feeling on a scale of 0 to 10? How bad is it? What is this one area of me saying? What is that one area of me needing? What can I provide in this moment to help soothe it? Sometimes your feelings, because emotions are regular, right? You're going to have your emotions. Feelings are what you give an additional story to them. So sometimes I'm asking myself, what story am I giving this thing that is helping to make me feel even more activated in the here and now? And what story could I be telling myself instead? Right. So, I give myself as much room as possible to feel what I feel. And that means that if a girl's going to cry on the plane, she's going to cry and I'm going to do it without shame, right? I'm going to cry if I need to. And sometimes that means that I'll tell my neighbor, whoever's sitting next to me, like, hey, just so you know, I'm an anxious flyer. And because I'm an anxious flyer, there may be a time where you see a tear or two. That is perfectly okay. Um, just wanted to give you a heads up. Sometimes even just acknowledging that thing that you're worried about may be an embarrassment for you can also help to lower the feelings of anxiety that you're experiencing about embarrassing yourself on the plane because you're going to be out here bawling, crying. It's okay. Feel your feels anyway. Um, and again, that acknowledge and plan. So I plan by making sure that I have soothing music. I have a whole soothing music playlist. I have the things that help to keep my mind engaged. I have my body map so that I can map it out. I have a space on my iPad for journaling because I always have my Apple Pencil. So I journal about what's going on for me so that I can get some of it out. And an additional plan, there's always a rap song or two that I swear that I know really good. And it's not true. So sometimes I will listen to one song on repeat and try to write all the lyrics out. This thing is an engaging thing. It is engaging my ears, it's engaging my eyes, it's engaging my hand. I am having to concentrate on this thing. Additionally, because a girl is learning a language, sometimes I will do something for the language. So I will listen to a song in French and I will try to write those lyrics down and then try to translate them and make sure that I actually understand it. So I'm saying that these are ways to help me stay engaged and be okay while knowing that I can still activate my support as necessary. So those are just 5 things that I do. So in the comments below, go ahead and tell me, friend. I know I'm not the only one that has a little anxiety on an aeroplane. So tell me what you do in the comments below. Make sure to keep it cute. And if you could, keep it legal. All right. You have been the Bee's Knees. I am Dr. Donna. This is the Daily Donna. And we are going to continue our conversations with that therapeutic edge when tomorrow. Bye.